Hello, good evening. So today we shall be seeing about surveillance strategies that are used in the eradication of polio. So we have surveillance strategies that are used. I have AFP surveillance. First thing. So what is AFP? AFP is acute flaccid paralysis surveillance. Then I have National Polio Surveillance Project, pulse polio immunization, line listing and mapping, and mopping up immunization. I have five components. So next I will see why do we need surveillance. So importance of surveillance. Surveillance will help you detect the circulation of wild poliovirus. It will help you to locate areas of virus transmission, that is high endemic areas. It will help you to monitor the program performance, whether the program is going uphill or the program is going downhill. Then it is a verification tool to certify the interruption of transmission. The transmission is stopped, the disease progression is reduced. Next, I have acute flaccid paralysis. So it is any case of a paralysis of the child less than 15 years, irrespective of the cause, it will come under AFP, and it is a mandatory notification to the government, irrespective of poliomyelitis or not. What are the signs and symptoms? So the first one is there will be sudden muscle weakness or paralysis. Second one is decreased muscle tone or floppiness. Third one is reduced or absent reflexes. Fourth is it may involve one or more limbs. Severe cases, paralysis of respiratory or swallowing muscle, and which may lead to difficulty in breathing, speaking, or swallowing. Next, I have objectives of my AFP surveillance. That is, it will help to detect every case of AFP. It will confirm or exclude polio by virological testing. I have culture, the golden standard methods, and culture in mouse, rat cell, kidney cell lines, and other things. Then rapid response in confirmed or suspected areas. It's area wise. Polio, we will have it, and if it is affecting, it will affect the area, not a single individual, of course. And it will help me to monitor the quality of my eradication program. What are the steps used in AFP surveillance? I have identification and reporting of the cases. Two stool samples should be collected within 14 days of onset. Transportation is done under something called as reverse cold chain to a lab, and I have isolated typing. I have wild versus vaccine-derived poliovirus, that is VDPV, and again I will do follow-up after 60 days for the residual paralysis. Next, I will talk about line listing. So, what is line listing? Line listing is a table. Over here, I have my table. This is the table that has the to each disease in a line. It will include things like name, age, address, symptoms, and other things. So over here the patient ID, the date of birth, the age of the event, date of admission, event ID, when the event occur, event is BSI for in this example, the blood and septicemic and specific event and the location. It is useful for detecting outbreaks and planning of control measures. So why are we using this thing? So this will help you for prevent duplicate entries, help to identify high risk areas and age groups. It will help you to support follow up and outbreak response. Each reported case is recorded with name, age, sex, address, and vaccination status, date of onset and reporting, clinical diagnosis, and a reporting doctor. These are things that are along with the reportings are recorded, and these are the advantages of the line listing. Next, I have my mapping. What is mapping? Mapping is to plot the data. Suppose I will have a map of a place. I'll just map the data. I'll just plot whatever is location. Then this is called as mapping. This will help you to cover poor coverage pockets. That is where the cases are poor, the immunization is poor, and susceptible populations clusters are easy to identify. It will help you to guide targeted immunization strategies. Next, I have an example of mapping. So over here, I have taken the data of a retrospective study that was done on AFP surveillance from 2016 January to December 2018 in Kenya. And WHO has defined AFP as a case of a child less than 15 years with sudden onset of floppy paralysis or muscle weakness due to any cause. So any person of paralytic illness, if poliomyelitis is suspected by a clinician. So over here, let's go to the graph. So I have discarded samples. All the green dots are discarded samples. These are compatibilities. These are compatible cases, and I have confirmed cases, which is none. And I have a vaccine-derived poliovirus 2 cases. I have poliovirus 1, 2, and 3, where the subtype 2 is the most common chance of vaccine-derived poliovirus. So we have removed that nowadays from the vaccines. Now over here I can see that none of the detected cases were classified as poliomyelitis, but around 1.3% were cases classified as the polio compatibles. Next I have the projects that are done by the government of India. I have NPSP, that is National Polio Surveillance Project. It was launched in 1997, collaboration with WHO. And I have surveillance medical officers, AFP detection lab confirmation, micro planning, and monitoring supplementary immunization activities. Then I have pulse polio immunization. It was started by the government of India for the children of 0 to 5 years. On the right little finger, the mark was given like similar to how the voting mark was given to the children. The finger mark was given to them. Then I shall say about the slogan given by the government of India. Do Boon Zindagi Ki, it was the slogan. It is conducted in 2 rounds, 4 to 6 weeks apart during low transmission season, mostly in the winters. Then objective, it was to raise the population herd immunity and it rapidly, and it was something supplementary to the normal immunization program that is for 6 weeks, 10 weeks. Something supplementary. It was not something that replaced the entire program. Next, I have vaccine while monitor. It was a white square. See, this is the mobile monitor, and we had a square inside it. This this was purple, and this was white. When this became purple, the vaccine was unusable. This was while monitor. It was introduced in 1998. It was to ensure the potency of OPV during field use. Mopping up immunization. Once you have done the immunization, you're done with everything. You will have a mop up round, like similar to catching up everything if anything is remaining. So what was done here was door-to-door OPV administration was done, but not everywhere. It was only in selected high-risk areas, which was selected by mapping, line listing, and other things. It was used when a virus circulation is suspected, and it was conducted by a mobile vaccination team as household microlisting. It was the final step to eliminate the poliovirus. It was done in small areas where cases were still found. House to house OPV for all the children under 5 years were given. It was ensured that no child was missed and the transmission was stopped. Next, I have environmental surveillance. How it was done: sewage sample monitoring for poliovirus. This will detect the virus even in case of AFP, and this was complemented to AFP surveillance. Used in big cities, Mumbai, Delhi, Kolkata, that's from the drain water or sewage water, the samples of water were taken, it was done. I have the indicator, that is the surveillance performance indicator, that is non-AFP cases. I have 1 per 1,000 children less than 15 years, 2 in endemic areas, adequate stool specimen, that is 80% two stool, 24 to 48 hours apart using reverse cold chain. 68 to 60 days follow-up was done for 80% and completeness was reported. Then next we'll talk about India's polio-free achievement. The last wild polio case was done on 13 January 2011 on Howrah, West Bengal. India certified polio-free on 27 March 2014. This was for high RRTs for outbreak response, environmental surveillance, and we switched from trivalent OPV to bivalent OPV and IPV induction. So next I shall summarize everything once. So on the editing strategies, I have the strategy. I have AFP surveillance. Suppose a case is detected and its stool sample is collected. I have my sample collection over here. Once the sample is collected, I send it for it. And suppose it is positive. I have NPSP, that is National Police Surveillance Project, World Organization, government, and they will maintain the database. Then I have pulse polio and routine immunization. I have NID, SIS, OPV, IPV to maintain the community immunity, the herd immunity. I have line listing and micro mapping, which is to track the areas what how the program is working, how many cases, what not. Once we have done with this, we have managed everything. We went towards polio-free certification and we were declared polio-free on 27 March 2014, and now we have a high-quality surveillance still done to see if new cases. So now we shall see a few diseases that were eradicated already in India. That is smallpox. We had no animal reservoir. The rash was visible and lifelong immunity after vaccination. I have dracunculosis, which was easily eradicated because it didn't have any carrier and it was simple prevention. Then maternal and neonatal tetanus, which is eradicated in 2015, causes by Clostridium tetani. How we are administering the tetanus virus during the second and third trimesters. And wild poliovirus was eradicated, type 1 to 3, by Pulse Polio Program, National Polio Surveillance Project, and door-to-door immunization and mop-up rounds. This helped us to eradicate strong political and public support and effective oral polio vaccine. So these were the diseases that were eradicated, and here are my sources. Also the textbook of PSM Parks. And with this, I would like to end. Hope you learned something new. Thank you.